Hello there, this is Darren Adams from the West Midlands. I'm going to tell you some jokes now. I said, Doctor, doctor, I keep thinking I'm a moth. Each evening from dusk till dawn. He said, you should go and see a psychiatrist. I said, I will. I was passing by and your light was on. Do you ever have one of them nights where you can't sleep? Do you know what the best thing is to do? Lie at the edge of the bed, yeah? Or you soon drop off. When that fella landed on the moon and supposed said one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind, what he really said was that there's no way a cow can jump over this. Your sister Mary tripped into a restaurant and went head first into the till. Uncle Ben shouted, she's gone through the change. What did one dairy cow say to another one? Got milk. What did the small rug say to the large rug? Cover me on cold. Why can't you play poker in the jungle? Because there's too many cheaters. Bristow came up to me. He said, did you just put Sigurd on one of my darts? I said, you just can't let it go, can you? I failed maths so many times in school, I can't even count. I know 5 different languages. I can't speak them, I just know them. I booked a holiday with the travel agent. He said, when do you want to fly off? I said, at the same time as the airplane. He says, 2 pair of glasses for the price of 1. I said, I'm very sorry, Mr. Optician, but I cannot wear 2 pair of glasses at once. He said, no, we'll put the first pair on first and look for the second pair first. I said, but what about if we look at the first pair first? He said, we'll put the second pair on first and look for the first pair first. He sold me a pair of glasses and a pair of contact lenses. He was a double glazing salesman. So I went down to the local library and the fellow behind the desk said, come away from the window, people might think it's a pet shop. So I went down to the labour exchange and the client behind the desk called me over. He said, Ivor, come here. There's not a lot of work round here. I said, well, I don't do much. It said clean toilets ahead and it took me nearly 3 hours to clean them toilets. I don't get on that well with my landlady. No, the other week I said, is that coffee I smell? She said, it is and you do. Your father bought a dog. It was a bit snappy. He said to the man behind the shop that he'll get used to me when it gets used to my smell. The man said, we all will. Iceland is not sending the rocket to the moon this week. They can't find a bottle big enough to take the stick. Your father's been to the doctors. He said the top of his legs are red, raw. He told him to lower his braces by 6 inches. How did Dad get on with the bowl match? Yeah, the bowl match. He's in hospital. He serves him right lying on the grass with his mouth open. I've got a bruise on the end of my nose. A fly landed on my forehead. Your dad tried to swallow it with a frying pan. I said, but couldn't you use some rolled up newspaper? It was a new frying pan wrapped up in newspaper. You name it, I worried about it, but then I thought to myself, a professional warrior. I saw him advertised. You just give him £500 a month and he does all your worrying for you. I know what you're thinking. Where am I going to get £500 from? Well, that's his worry. I used to be a lumberjack. I used to put on a different shirt before chopping down every single tree, chopping and changing me. I bought these shoes from Taiwan, and on the inside it said made around the corner. I took them back. I said, there's only one lace in these shoes. He said, well, it's on the box, Taiwan. You can kiss a nun once, you can kiss a nun twice, but you mustn't get into the habit. This policeman came up to me. He said, have you got a police record? I said, yeah, it's called Walking on the Moon. He said to me, let me see your driving licence. So I showed him. He said, this is a dog licence. I said, well, I'm driving a Rover. I had to stop driving my car for a while. The tyres got dizzy. I planted some birdseed this morning and this bird came up. Now I don't know what to feed it. This fella come round to my house. He said, I'm your new next door neighbour. I said, that's funny. I haven't moved anybody. Fella went to the doctors. Said I got stitched. I said, so? Fella went to the doctors. He said, nobody wants to talk to me. The doctor said, next. I've got a way of stopping letters coming through your door. Lock up the letterbox. But it didn't stop a fellow 2 weeks ago pushing a letter underneath my door. It said phone a counterattack on demand. I got down on my hands and knees and blew it back out. He pushed it back in. I blew it back out. In, out. And it worked, and as I heard him walking away, he said if my house was as drafty as that, I wouldn't pay council tax either. This fellow lived next door to me and he got a bill from the gas board, and on the bottom of it, it said to be paid in 5 working days. I said, you working? He said, no. I said, well, don't pay it. And what about that Twitter I joined last week? So far I've spoken to 2 birdies and a woodpecker. He said, I'm going to chop off the bottom one of your trouser legs and put it in a library. I thought that's a turn up for the books. And the bottom of his anorak was leaping up and down and people were chucking money to him. I said, do you make a living doing that? He said, yes, this is my livelihood. The wind blew your Uncle John's dentures out and bit next door neighbour's cat. I have read that 80% of people who have an heart attack these days are on the way to the hospital. When I have an heart attack, I'm taking a taxi to the hospital. The other day, my Uncle Patrick was walking down the road with a penguin. It had dark glasses on. I said, I thought I told you to take that penguin back to the zoo. He said, I did, and he loved it. They were going to the beach. I'm against the arms race. It's bad for your elbows. I like to keep my arms at arm's length. I'm going now, everybody. Take care. See you soon.